Hi guys, today I'm going to do a review on a couple new brushes that I was invited to try out from Sigma. So these were sent to me for, review consideration. I've done a video before on Sigma brushes where I reviewed, the brush kits with all the pros and cons, which brushes I like and which ones I don't like so much. So basically, since then, I was invited to try out some of the synthetic brushes because these were actually the ones that I liked the most, or one of the brushes that I really liked from the kits were the synthetic brushes. So I'm going to show you these three, plus I think a couple other ones, and just kind of my thoughts on them. These are from the synthetic range. So synthetic hair just means, if you're totally unfamiliar, a lot of brushes are made of animal hair. So it means like goat hair or, other kinds of animal hair. So synthetic just means that it's not real hair. It's just, I don't know, it's made of some kind of synthetic material. So this is good if you, if you're vegan or if you are just don't want to use brushes made from animals, then these are a good alternative. This is the F80 flat top synthetic kabuki brush, and it looks like that. This one is the F84 angle top kabuki. Okay, so it's kind of similar, just has sort of like an angle right there. And this one is the round top kabuki F82. Alright, so there you can kind of see what they look like. I have used all of them and I've already washed these a few times. The one that I probably use the most frequently, and this was part of my favorites of last year, 2010, is the flat top synthetic kabuki, because I absolutely love this brush for liquid foundation. And this one is just so perfect for it because it's just really dense, and the fact that it's synthetic means that it doesn't absorb as much product, especially if you can even make this brush a little bit damp, and then apply the foundation. It just gives a little bit of a lighter finish if you make it damp, but you can use it dry as well, and yeah, it just leaves a really flawless finish. I found that this works really great with my favorite foundation, the NARS Sheer Glow, but I've also used it with the Neutrogena one that I'm recently testing. I've used it with a few other foundations, and this is definitely my favorite foundation brush. I'm not just saying that to give a good review. It is a little bit harder to clean just because they are synthetic, but the thing is that they're not as fragile as goat hair or something. Well, I mean, goat hair isn't fragile, but just if you're going to be using these as foundation brushes, I like to wash my foundation brush pretty much after every use. I hate dirty brushes, so whenever I use it for foundation, I'll wash it. So if you use a natural hairbrush, then that can kind of that kind of ruins the bristles if you wash the brushes too much. So that's I guess a benefit of having the synthetic ones. There are a couple of hairs that kind of stick out from the top. I don't know if you can see them, but there's a few individual hairs. I don't know if they're just I mean, it does lose a little bit of hair. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but they do shed still, even though they are synthetic, but I don't think it really, this personally doesn't make a big difference to me just because I use them like this anyway, so that doesn't really matter too much. The other reason why I like this so much is because it's flat on the top and it's perfect for getting right underneath the eye area when I'm applying foundation there. My second favorite from that is the angled top kabuki, the F84. And again, very similar, well, it is the same. I think these are all the same material. The hair all feels the same. And I like to use this one mainly for cream blushes. So, if you use or cream highlighters and things like that, dab it in there, and then you can kind of just stipple it on like this. You can even do little swirling motions, and yeah, I just love these for cream products. You could even use these for cream highlighters if you have any of those cream color bases with the shimmery finishes, or NYX makes some really nice cream blushes as well. You can use them for that. Now the last one is the round top kabuki, the F82, and I honestly don't use this one as much as the other two just because I kind of think it's superfluous. I use this one mainly for foundation and then this one for cream blushes. So this one I haven't really found a good use for that can't be accomplished with these other two. I mean, I think it might be cool if you want to have you know, this one is rounded. If you prefer the rounded one, maybe you're gonna like this, but to be honest, I don't use this one as much. I mean, you could use this even if if you want to have all synthetic brushes, you could use this for like buffing on, you know, powders or something. I don't know, I just haven't really found a good use for it, but personally, I do think that these are good brushes for creamy products or like liquid foundation, stuff like that. And I personally haven't found like anything bad to say about these ones. You know, I am quite open about my criticism of some brushes of Sigma that I just really don't like, but these ones I think are actually quite good. And if you want, you can buy these all three in a set, but if you just want to try them out, like if you think, oh, you know, I don't want to go for all three, these are all available individually as well. The next brush that I also was sent for review is the Body Brush B05. It's a huge brush. I mean, the handle is like the size of like a cucumber or something. It's really big. Has this kind of golden color plating and then body brush. And I think this, yeah, this is made of goat hair, and I've washed this once. It dries overnight quite well, like it's dry now. I just washed it last night, in the morning it was dry. So that's good. The thing I noticed is that when I washed this, it really smelled. So it just really smelled like a wet goat. Or like a wet dog. So I don't know if that's something that's going to go away with more washes. I've only washed this once. The other thing is that basically I just don't have a use for this because I don't really put makeup on my body. Like, I think this would probably be a good brush if you know, for example, if you're a makeup artist and you do bridal makeup. Often brides, you'll have to use like a foundation here where their wedding dress ends because, you know, you want it to look really smooth on pictures. So I think maybe this could work for like powder or something on larger areas. I just haven't found a good use for this, honestly. You know, if you do use makeup on your body, like I know my boyfriend's mom, she has like a scar on her leg, and in the summer she wants to cover it up. So I know that, you know, she could probably get really good use out of something like this because I know she applies products like on her leg where that scar is, just because she's kind of self-conscious about it. So, you know, maybe for using it for things like that. I mean, the brush is nice. It did shed a little bit when I washed it, and the smell I'm hoping is going to go away. Maybe next time I'll wash it with like a really good smelling shampoo. I mean, I think this brush will shed a little bit, maybe the first couple of washes, but it's, I mean, it's nice hair, it's soft. But again, limited use, I think, to a lot of people. Okay, the next thing I wanted to review is the Sigma. These are the retractable Kabuki brushes, and they just come in like a plastic thing, and then you push this down, and then this is again a synthetic brush. Kind of similar to these ones. It's not quite as dense, but you know, I think this would be good for like, I've actually used this a few times for putting in my, like I put this in my purse and then I touch up with blot powder or something throughout the day when I get oily. It's a pretty good brush, does its job. I don't really have a big gripe with it. It's not super unique. I know that a lot of other companies make, you know, retractable Kabuki brushes, but if you prefer natural hair, then maybe you might not like this just because it is synthetic hair, but it's just, you know, works fine for touching up powder. The last thing I wanted to review are these little mirrors, and I was sent a few of them. I'm only going to show you one. I think I have like a red one and a black one, and they're just these little heart-shaped mirrors, and they have this kind of like beading on the front, and then you open it and then there's basically a mirror on both sides. One of them is a little bit of a magnifying mirror, but not like intensely magnifying. And I think these are, I can't remember, I'll look this up, I think these cost $25 on the website, and honestly, I'm sorry Sigma, but I can't recommend this because I think it's really expensive, and because these things on the front, when it looked like this on the, you know, on the ad and stuff on their website, I thought this was like, you know, rhinestones, like, or like Swarovski crystals, sort of. I mean, it doesn't have to be Swarovski brand, but I thought that these would be really nice, like crystals and stuff, but these are actually plastic. So that just kind of doesn't make it look as glam, and I just think it's a lot of money for just a mirror. I mean, I just honestly can't recommend this. I think if these were less expensive, then I think this would be like a cute little accessory, but correct me if I'm wrong, I think they're $25, and for that amount, I think that's a lot of money for a little cheap mirror that has plastic beading. So I'm sorry, I really can't recommend these mirrors. I'm always completely honest with my reviews on Sigma. I'm not, you know, just trying to, you know, promote the company and say that all the brushes are awesome, because I think some brushes are good. Like the synthetic ones, I can honestly say these are really good and I use them all the time. And then there's brushes like this, which I think are cool, but I personally have like no use for. And like the mirror, it's just like, I don't want to say that this is an awesome product, because I think for 25 bucks, it's honestly a ripoff. But yeah, I mean, some things are good, some things aren't. That's how it is with all companies. So I hope you guys enjoyed that review. If you are interested in purchasing, you know, these products, or, you know, some of the other brushes that I showed in my other review video, if you missed it, I'll link it below. You can check out, I reviewed like a lot of the brush sets and stuff. Then you can go and do that, and I'll link also the website to Sigma if you are interested. So I hope that was helpful for you guys, and have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Bye!